Volodymyr Zelensky says he will step down as Ukraine's president immediately in exchange for peace or NATO membership. The shocking remark comes as Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin's Russia hold peace talks without Kyiv at the table, the Ukrainian president said on Sunday. If it's about peace in Ukraine and you really want me to leave my position, I am ready to do that. In exchange for peace. Secondly, I can exchange it for NATO membership. If there is such an opportunity, I'll do it immediately without a long conversation about it. He emphasized that Ukraine's security was his priority, not staying in office, adding that it was not his dream to remain president for a decade. Zelensky's remarks came after Trump branded him a dictator for not holding an election during the war. Elections in Ukraine have been banned under martial law amid Putin's ongoing illegal invasion. But reports have emerged that Ukraine may be forced to hold elections before any final peace agreement with Russia is reached, according to The Telegraph. Trump, who has repeatedly boasted he could end the war within 24 hours, said the demand for elections came from me and appeared to blame Ukraine for not reaching a deal sooner. You've been there for 3 years. You should have never started it. You could have made a deal, he said. Kyiv and Europe were last week iced out of the beginning of peace talks between the U.S. and Russia, which sparked diplomatic turmoil between Ukraine and Washington. After lashing out at Zelensky, Trump later insisted he trusts that Russia wants peace before again calling Zelensky a dictator. At a press conference today, Zelensky said he wasn't offended by Trump's jibe. He said, "I wasn't offended, but a dictator would be. I'm not. I'm the legally elected president." Zelensky also said he wants to see Trump as a partner to Ukraine and more than simply a mediator between Kyiv and Moscow. "I want very much from Trump understanding of each other," he added. The Ukrainian president said an important meeting of world leaders would take place on Monday, the third anniversary of Russia's invasion. He hinted that major decisions could emerge from the summit, which will include 13 nations attending in person and 24 joining online. Tomorrow's summit is crucial. It might even be a turning point, we'll see, he said. Putin blitz. Zelensky's suggestion of resigning today came as Putin launched Russia's largest drone attack of the war so far. Ukrainian officials said a record 267 Russian drones were fired in a single, coordinated assault on Sunday, just one day before the war's third anniversary. Yuri Ignat, Ukraine's Air Force spokesman, said 138 drones were intercepted, while 119 disappeared after being jammed. Despite Ukraine's air defenses, drone strikes caused fires and destruction across the country. Zelensky described it as aerial terror, saying Russia had attacked Ukraine with 1,150 drones in the past week alone. He warned that the latest assault underscored the urgent need for a lasting and just peace, which he said could only come with the strength of all of Europe and America. Tensions rising. The latest escalation came on the eve of the war's third anniversary, and as the White House suggested a peace deal could be reached this week. Trump's press secretary Karoline Leavitt said the president was very confident that negotiations with both sides would end the war soon. The president, his team are very much focused on continuing negotiations, and the president is very confident we can get it done this week, she said. But tensions between Washington and Kyiv have been rising after Zelensky reportedly refused to sign an agreement that would hand over $500 billion worth of critical minerals and rare earths to the U.S. The White House had initially claimed a deal was close, but Ukrainian sources suggested the current draft was not ready to be signed. Meanwhile, U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth has cast doubt on Ukraine joining NATO as part of any peace settlement, a key condition for Zelensky stepping down. Tensions were already boiling after Trump dismissed Zelensky's importance in peace talks. "I don't think he's very important to be in meetings," Trump told Fox News. "He's been there for 3 years. He makes it very hard to make deals." Speaking at the White House on Friday, Trump doubled down, saying, "I've had very good talks with Putin, and I've had not such good talks with Ukraine." The U.S. president also blasted Zelensky's wartime leadership, calling him a modestly successful comedian who must move fast or he is not going to have a country left.